Over the past year, we filled over 3 30-yard red boxes with tons of stuff. We filled it with carpet, with tile, and more tile, with trees, more trees, with trash, and with more trash. And yep, you guessed it, with even more trash. The place was a mess, but we're trying to save the trees and make it our home. So the first thing we did was you have to load the concrete and heavy stones into the bottom of the red box in the back part. I believe this was container number 2. I don't have all these in order, but here they are anyway. This was the first tree that we lost. It was dead before we got there. It was actually laying on the roof the first time we saw it. And that's Tony hauling it over into the pile that was already there, but has grown. Sadly, these 2 giants in the back were already 40 feet and they were dead. My brother and his friend came and helped pull them down and fell them. His friend has a sawmill and we paid him some money, and then he said that if we let him keep the trunks to plane and sell as live edge wood planks, that would also be part of his payment, so that's pretty cool. There's just something about watching trees be felled. I love trees and I never want them to die or to fall, but it's just a really cool thing. And sadly, I've helped fell more trees than I care to admit. I didn't help with these, I just recorded it for everybody else to see. So he went right away as soon as it was down, cutting off all of the limbs and everything. That's my brother. Hey. It's a big accomplishment. Look at that thing. Yeah, so they got to work loading up all the lumber, getting it in his truck. He is a really nice guy. That is the back of the house before we moved. That's after the trees were gone, sadly. So we filled almost this entire bin up with limbs and trees from around the property. We would have taken them to the recycling center, but we didn't have a trailer at that time. And this was just, there was so many that we just filled up a whole truck. I think Tony and I are talking right here about how he's compacted them by stomping on it. My caption here says, "Don't try this at home, it's dangerous," which it is. But it was already full and he still had lots more to load. And so he hung them to the bar, which that is solid steel. It is not going anywhere. He has pulled things with that bar on a pulley system and stuff with his truck. Anyway, he got it all compacted down and got it all cleaned up and filled up that entire 30-yard container with tree limbs. And we have lost more trees since then. We've lost 3 more big tall pines that succumbed to the southern pine beetle. And we'll have to cut those down soon, unfortunately. We did plant some fruit trees where all these guys are right now. This is what is left of the pile. That pile went all the way from where Tony's at right there with the ladder, all the way back to where I'm standing. That was just solid wood, and then underneath it were more dog houses and barbecue pits and all kinds of stuff. This is what it looks like after we painted and cleaned and raked and planted grass, some of which grew and some that didn't. All right, the nasty carpet, it was just not good. Not good. That's all I gotta say. I don't have any after pictures right now. was trying to keep this more of a all the stuff we put in the red box video, but it's kind of becoming a before and after. This Studebaker truck bed we just thought was really cool, and so we decided to keep it. But to keep it, we had to empty it out, and somebody thought they'd use it. I don't know if they filled it with dirt and they had stuff planted in it, because underneath it there was trash underneath the dirt too. So I don't know, but I started pulling out beer bottles. Here comes the picture. I filled up this 50-gallon trash can with beer bottles. That's not counting what was out on the land, but just in the Studebaker, and he is digging into that dirt. Sadly, the bottom was rusted out a bit, and we're gonna have to repair that. But once we have time to do fun projects like that, we're gonna put wood floor in it and do something really cool with it. Alright, here is the before and after of the Studebaker. That's what it looked like, surrounded by weeds and those trees, which are now just lovely. Here's the other side of it. It looks really cool. This is a goat house. That thing was almost as tall as I was, and it was heavy. He pulled it over there. I don't even remember how he got it over there, but he couldn't lift it. He was trying to move it to get it back up in there, and that was it. It was stuck. Thing was massive. That's the back fence that was held up with string, pretty much. 3 or 4 different kinds of fences. This is from the video we made of us tearing down the old fence, cleaning up, and putting up the new fence. That's the last panel right there. And there, it's done. That's the outside from the alley view. And this is from the inside. There she is. That's a little fire pit we put together. This are the tires. There were so many tires. That's in front of the carport at the end of the cul-de-sac. Tires here, tires there, tires everywhere. There were 30 tires in all, and it cost over $300 and 3 loads for him to get rid of them. But now the front of the carport is clean. Isn't that pretty? That is the back where a lot of the tires were. This was a tack room for the 3 horse stalls, and it was just full of stuff. I cleaned that out the first day, the first time we had a red box. Cleaned that up by myself while Tony and was doing other stuff. So now this is, I say future garden shed. It has all of our supplies in there, garden supplies in there, but I'm hoping to make it nicer. Here's the well house. It was a disaster, but now looky, it's all clean and secure. The kitchen tile was busted. Bathroom tile was busted. And then the other, like there was some cracked in the other rooms. There was mold in the bathroom walls because they just let the plumbing run down from the laundry room and underneath the house. This is Tony removing all the tiles. I have a video about this elsewhere, but he filled a bunch of that trailer dumpster right there was the bathtub and shower. This is more trash. There was a bed in there and a pool table. All those empty cans we had to fill with sand and stuff. I couldn't believe there was a bed, a mattress, and a pool table. That laundry room, those walls are gone. Some of these trees are gone. That's the before. That's kind of the after. We still had some piles of leaves and stuff. That's after I painted the carport. Did that one day by myself before Tony was available to help me. The horse stalls were full of trash and junk, and I stepped on a nail. We cleaned them all out. That tin over there is gone. The first one we have right now is our firewood is stacked up underneath it. the end one, I have my raised garden beds that hopefully I'll get to use someday. Tony built this gate. This was our ryegrass that we grew over the winter, and it lasted all the way up to summer. The whole house has been painted, and the laundry room there has been redone with new exterior walls. The kitchen cabinets and the bathroom floor and the bathroom walls is all fixed. That porch right there had a hole in it and you couldn't walk in it. Tony carried it over there, tore it apart, stacked it up, rented the dumpster, and in it went. That's the before, and he let me design it. And look at that porch he built and the siding he put on. I painted it and he did all the woodwork. Here's our sunflowers. I just wanted to show how all that junk actually had some beauty. There's our puppies. My dog and his doggy. They're ours. This are my nieces. Last fall, we actually had it clean enough to camp, and I love it over there. We're actually going to have a permanent tent spot over there, or a screened-in porch or something. I just couldn't believe that it was clean enough to actually have some family over. And there's my pretty mom. Yeah, so hard work pays off. And we're hoping to have more days like this with family and friends in the future. And that is it for today. Thanks so much for joining me on Lacewing Lane, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.